go. Here we go. Marks. We're
bit aggressive that time.
M80 and YFP. One map could decide their fate of both of these teams. And the switches of the compositions between them definitely tell the tale of how they want to approach this. Marks, like you said, that slower tempo definitely favors Alvin on this veto for their defensive half, which we expect them to try to do a lot of legwork on. But man, oh man, has YFP been moving pretty fast lately or what? I'm excited to see how Darkest and Ferbza can collapse on one another while hopefully still seeing Tuzi get some good work done on this KJ before we swap sides.
I'm genuinely curious how these changes for M80 are going to really impact their playstyle, because usually Bonnie would be on that Yoru, Derek on the Sova. And, you know, Derek very much just kind of like the one-trick Sova for M80. But the swap up to me means that it's a little bit more aggressive, and how they like to play with that veto, they just kind of send Alvin in alone, you know, play that similar to Chamber a couple years ago at this point, where you can get in, get out really quick, be aggressive on that defense. But GMD spotting out Darkest just as things kind of kick off here, and we'll keep that honest. Meanwhile, Derek watching down B long and spots the whole cavalry running in, so we'll just play his life.
And Darkest, in the meanwhile, solo doloing his way on the A site. And now M80 comes to meet it.
Uh-oh.
So
mid-round call.
Do they read the stack is coming, or what do we do here? Oh, no way.
Nobody knows, man.
Boy.
All right, well,
we done
actually,
made a full bamboozle.
Yeah, Bonnie does circle back here, and especially if they do decide to pick up the orb,
left.
should give that information. 30 seconds.
No,
So,
they don't touch the orb.
Bonnie should be aware, though, that as soon as that site comes through, M80 got to run in.
There it is, yeah, free pick off first hand, and now you don't have anything to block it away, so you're just gonna keep firing, and Bonnie grabs the second two. Now the saturate on top of Ferbza still manages to land the head tap at the very least with that lower health pool. And a 2v3 for YFP on the site. Paint barely managing to hold on against Ferbza, and now that just leaves Tuzi. Paint with a 3K. M80 kind of tossed a little betwixt sites, but it'll end up working out for them after the cavalry is just a little too late to the issue, and Bonnie able to hold it solo.
And once again, we get treated to a little bit of Bonnie's mechanics, right? The super wide swing that throws everybody off. And on top of that, I think I got to see, maybe it was the veto as well, swinging that nice long, but KO just kind of coming in there. Paint making sure to clean up the rest of those kills. Yeah, that's what Bonnie does, and works out well. Ferbza being able to find that first kill as well onto Bonnie, sorry, to try and make sure that it tries to even it out a little bit, but still, patience works out for M80. And once again, we need to see them playing together as a squad, because if they get split up, if they get pulled apart, that's really where YFP are going to find their moments to really punish them based on how that last map went.
And for Ferbza to gain that intel into if anybody's trying to linchpin the middle of the plaza. Nothing doing there. Tough prongs M80's working with here. Alvin has moved way up main. And he'll be uncontested if he's watched out for. Stallion does not have a star placed here yet. And I doubt they'll think to.
Really slow, but Derek, he uses a Prowler or a Haunt.
Yeah, it's just a Haunt. That'll have to get taken down. That's at least one channel confirmed. Maybe they think the full 5 stacks here, but of course, can't read too hard into it.
Taking space actually towards Art. I'm wondering if they're trying to make a fake happen, but given the fact that Stallion, Jack, and Ferbza are here, there's no way that anyone from M80 are going to bite, and now time is kind of ticking down.
There's the knife
30
on the
seconds
A.
left.
Yeah, nobody called for this too hard. Oh, GMD, okay, he walked in. You get a free stinger out of it. Derek back in time, but yet again, he's just meeting too much. Alvin can backstab Darkest, though, as the mid presence is going to become Plaza presence, becomes Road presence, becomes all M80 present. And I don't think Tuzi even gets back in time.
Oh, man. Running with the knife out, but still won't be able to make it back. Yeah, now spotted out by Bonnie, who finds that kill as well. So a bit of bamboozling happening from YFP to try and confuse M80 as to what the heck might be going on. And honestly, every single time I do get the sense that it is YFP trying to play these mind games. But when it just comes down to it, M80, they're ready for it, and they make sure to adapt appropriately, keeping a lot of those weapons through to make sure the bonus is going to be guaranteed. YFP are going to be buying things up, but a great start for M80 here. They find those first 2 rounds rather flawlessly.
So, YFP up against the marred buy. Maybe he's gonna pop this interceptor to insert Alvin, potentially get him the orb, but that'll just get saturated as soon as it fades away. And now Alvin's kind of stuck, still gets away with the 1 before getting trounced. And then the Nova Pulse plus the flash drive is still not enough to fully clear the crowd. It's just gotten GMD. Now you can just spray your way through the problem, and hopefully that will do the rest indeed. It is scrappy, but it'll work for YFP.
I can't believe that Alvin kind of got away with those kills. It's kind of unreal, but of course, not necessarily enough to make this one happen. And look at this, again, YFP, they decided to just back out completely. And now, based off that information and presence, they know exactly what's happening. And Paint should be a little bit wise to this. Does have a Spectre moving into this one, but it's still a 1v4 scenario. So this is going to be a tough ask.
Yeah, especially with the distance you can play with, even if Paint manages to get his null command. Now, he couldn't really use it, but I love the attempt there from M80 to try to catch YFP with the pants down on the lane. Almost bloody worked, but yeah, now the economy will get reset. They'll get the guns up, and Paint does in fact have that null command for the reapproach. So feels like that B site starts to become kind of a gold vein if YFP is able to distract long enough. But yeah, just tough to say where you veer towards if you're M80 at the moment, because like you said, YFP feels like they're really just trying to allow for every opportunity for M80 to trip up.
Yeah, 100%. Like YFP, they're not committing onto any of the sites. Any of the sites, you don't know whether or not it's a fake or they're actually going to be pushing through.
They're doing it again with the interceptor, and it's pretty much an identical swing too, but this time with the rifle. And yeah, I mean, given the shots that Alvin was taking, you'd think he would be confident enough to do something like that, and it works. So nicely done. Spike is now stranded. That low-key might be the round, I'm not gonna lie. We'll see though. I mean, Tuesday's decently up.
I've been really impressed with how Alvin's been playing. Had a little bit of a quieter round that last time, but on this video, it's just looking so sharp. Finds those initial kills as well. Derek gets caught up.
Yeah, C's will force Alvin to peek out again. Wow, Tuesday, look at this wrap. Oh, he doesn't have his gun out though.
Oh man.
Oh, I felt that in my knees, bro. Now you have the high-low. It is, yeah. It's a bank vault now. No getting past this wall. 3-1, M80. Hold on to the null command as well. So this ult cycle is looking juicy for this next 5-6 rounds. Tough to know what you do here if you're YFP other than just keep playing. So big, my guess.
Or you start sending it. I'm just saying, it seems like that was kind of working out for YFP previous rounds here. But one of the biggest things that's kind of the issue, right? Like, Paint was originally on that KJ on that last map, and so a lot less flash potential. But currently, as it stands, Paint, really good flashes, has been working on the technique to kind of combo with Bonnie. On the other side, Derek and Alvin have been quite a bit of a threat as well. Look at this. Ferbsa has to just try and dive in there to get that information. But as we know, this is just going to be yet another fake here. As a YFP, they rotate their way around, and M80 once again just have to kind of stand their ground and play that information game before over-rotating. Otherwise, they're going to be playing into exactly how YFP want to make this one work.
Already the A presence is going to be sold here. Bonnie not sure of how much is going to be walking into him, but it is just Ferbsa, so... have Derek help out. A lot of util tossed into this to make the 2v1 worth it, and M80 has guessed correctly on that presence. Now a 5v4, with far less on that B site that YFP are going to try to turn the gas on top of. Prowler into the flash, counteracted by that Nova Pulse that... Oh, and Alvin all the way back up in spawn again! Gets another free one. The double stack in! The null command prevents you from flashing your way through. And you still have the ult cycle for future rounds, now also helped out by the fact that YFP's economy is dusted.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, more rounds like that, please.
I'm loving the holes that are getting set up here by M80. That time around, we actually see I believe it's Alvin and GMD kind of holding in on that B site. As we know, Alvin, thanks to the utility that the veto affords, can play so far forwards into these weird off angles that no one really expects. And all the meanwhile, GMD does a great job at navigating that B site. I believe previously last year we saw him mostly playing the Omen around there, but once again on the Astra still looks masterful. On the other side as well, the comboing that's going on, the synergies between the agents. We see Bonnie that time playing off of Derek's utility, all the while Paint just keeping middle honest. It's a very well thought out defense being set up by M80 that doesn't rely on massive macro plays. It's all about just once you get that information, you've got enough and you've got somebody to swing off of you to be able to make sure that you win the fights, especially if there's only a couple members of YFP slowly meandering their way around.
Yeah, really like fish in a barrel if you're seeing YFP actively slowed down at any real given moment. So you're seeing in reaction to that YFP, when they know they can make a break for it, they're going to take every opportunity they can to do so. And that's what got them so far on Haven as well, mind you, with their full-blown attacks. It's just here you're so much more tempted to catch someone lurking on the mid doors, have someone hang out in art to potentially find the rotation back. There's so many consolation prizes that you're able to come away with on the way to a site on a map like this. YFP feel too tempted to grab these little trinket kills, and the stacks have been a little misguided because of that. Just not enough firepower behind it. And M80, I mean, we knew going into this match that they were going to be able to mash up to that if that's what it came to.
Keep in mind a Cosmic Divide available this time around. Alvin with the evolution, but I don't imagine that's necessarily going to be the case given the fact that it is just a little bit of a poorer buy here. Ferbsa getting ready to go here. It's going to be a fast explosion as per usual. Oh, never mind. Cancel.
Yeah, you gotta wait it out now. The knife is gonna prevent Ferbsa from being able to dash. And you'll still keep a stack here, but again, you're gonna move the spike elsewhere.
Oh,
no. Nice stance, Tuzi! That's at least one. And a road less traveled. Now counteracted. Darkest makes it with the spike just in time to give himself away with the gun drop, and... Does he still win this? Okay. Yeah, get out of there.
Now the question is though, like, what the heck do YFP do? You know, the call gets made here, they're gonna be backing out, but look at all the space that Alvin's been taking. And so even if they're able to somehow get the plant online, there's gonna be ample opportunity for Alvin to kind of get this backstab on. And it's gonna be real tough because that information should give up exactly what's kind of happening here. Time against them now. YFP will get the plant, but it's gonna be 4v3 on this retake. Left. Darkest has that operator.
Yeah, surrounded on a couple fronts, and it's tough to know where you want to put Darkest here, because he's also gonna have to do a lot of the primary clearing. In fact, he's gonna null command too. Alvin pops the Evo, but yeah, that does not matter to him. He's gonna be able to keep on flying through. And this 3-stack looks so dang strong. Darkest does have the free op shot on one. Derek now trying to go for the pinch. Darkest gifted another one, and this fragment doing a good amount of work in the meantime. Darkest for fire. God, yeah.
I am in disbelief. I was like, oh yeah, the operator, sure. You know, you just run him down, it's gonna be fine. Suddenly the C's goes in there and everyone gets stuck up because of the fade utility. In the midst of all of that, mind you, the evolution gets popped, but it doesn't activate. During the casting time, the null command cancels it out. And so in the midst of all of that, you know, they're still not able to even get that ultimate through, and it completely gets wasted. And then Darkest with the operator just owns them, for lack of better terms. A good round from YFP, but a bit of an interesting one. Ferbsa letting the convergent paths go. Pain already down.
Yeah, and they're gonna fly that onto Alvin, who catches Ferbsa on the shot. Was he slowed for that? That's insane. Really tough to know who you give the operator to here as well. Bonnie searching for ghosts down that road. And Flash is going to doubly confirm. He still catches one. The saturated and almost double, but Jack manages to just avoid it. But now Spike's stuck on the door, and Alvin able to hold that down. And once again, map split in twain. The B presence solid as Stallion has walked it down B main, but surely they read that he's the one holding the operator by now, and so he'll just divvy up the space again. You got 50 seconds to work with. What do you do with that, YFP?
Actually, this is a really interesting question right now because we see M80 actually completely back off, so that will give the opportunity over to YFP. But at this point, genuinely, I think it's just, hey, play it nice and safe and together, and don't overextend yourself. That's kind of crazy that Stallion is going to be sticking with the operator, though. Looking for that opportunity, and, well, if Jack gets the plant down, the Nightfall will be available. So this is still a very winnable round right now for YFP. Curious to see whether or not we're going to be treated to that Cosmic Divide.
Yeah, as per last, this is just the kind of round that YFP wins. Against all odds. Has to check literally everywhere. They have no idea where these last 3 members are. Eye out for the high ground, and in we go. Lane still watched by Stallion. He'll start to swing wide on top. First leg of the defuse done by Alvin. Nova Pulse will get him away. And now Stallion can reset the sights while Jack with his haunt is gonna catch 2. Stallion with the bandit opens up a second, but GMD sprays back onto both and is able to save the round for M80. One held onto and still an operator in their hands, plus ults to spare. M80 still trying to get the momentum going.
Wow, I mean, at this point, the operator is the largest issue that M80 is having to deal with. It's so crazy how these close range ops are kind of working out. That's so sick from Stallion, just the drive-by light up with the bandit in hand. Very suitable name if you ask me in that instance, but thankfully, just at the very end there, GMD with a Phantom will be able to do a lot of spraying to make sure that YFP don't walk away with yet another criminal round. It's gonna be a weird scattered buy coming through from YFP this time. Convergent pass online. Bonnie gonna be going in fast.
Oh, fast indeed. Almost too fast on top of it, but that'll bloody work. Paint to help out with the flash drive. And that really is when he's best, flashing himself in. He is just so meant to be able to frag out any opportunity that allows him to. And this is one of them.
Once again, just excellent combos of agents getting set up. Really, any two can kind of sing as long as there's enough setup to be able to play off of. So aggressive off the rip, and they get completely rewarded for it. Bonnie had to escape for a second, but actually is good. Now the Killjoy stuff got utilized.
Bonnie managing to get out of 2Z. LOS. No shots will actually give him away. Maybe Paint can swing this close. Make it even easier. I mean, yeah, you have a world of stuff you can cycle through now. YFP, I mean, even with that operator, you might consider just...
Oh, man.
Saving, but yeah, with so much time, M80's gonna get active. Double. 2Z almost deals with both of it. That was nice sense to be prepared, but that will do it and fully knock down the economy of YFP this half while maintaining the ult cycling for M80.
Yeah, no more crazy operator shots from you, Darkest. Slap that sniper rifle out of your hand, and once again, it's that scattered by coming through. Ferbsa will have this Bucky. And 4 ultimates online for YFP. Given their rambunctious gameplay strategy that we've kind of seen them play these last couple of rounds, and honestly, the last map completely, I still wouldn't be surprised if we see them just try to run it down off of a null command, off of that Nightfall. There's still options available to try and convert this one over. But Derek one away from having the Nightfall available. And look at that, Ferbsa going down very early to Bonnie's just point-blank sniper rifle.
Now you have to use everything in your artillery to get rid of that. The fadeaway smoke into the flash, and it doesn't catch Bonnie, and now Paint alone against Art, but with these pistols, it is pretty easy. Hey, he's still got 1 or 2. And slow-mo, nice.
Oh.
All right, stole it away. So, yeah, 7-2 for M80, pretty unquestionably there. Still, I mean, the shots are still lining up for YFP. You really can't sleep on these guys at any moment, especially now that they have 4 ults on the board.
Hey, and you know what? Let's talk about Paint. I feel like we talk a lot about Paint, specifically changing over from the Duelist onto the Initiator, but these flashes have been amazing coming through. Another opportunity where 3 people kind of get flashed out, allowing the KO to just kind of swing out. Sure, honestly, great flashes to be able to enable your Duelist to kind of fly through, but sometimes Paint just needs to flash for himself and swing out and find so much value. Once again, YFP though, they've got 4 ultimates coming into this one. And well, there's 3 to respond from M80. And you know what? The evolution is going to be popped by Alvin, because that thing is going to last the entire game. As it is going to be this creep up, but caught by the Nightfall.
Wow. huge call to just send it down that lane, but it'll catch so many. And YFP can get the lean off of that so much more quickly into A site. And now the null command on top as well. It'll just hit GMD. And now the lockdown as well.
Okay.
They are just really giving everything to this, aren't they? Bonnie is in on this though, and Jack catches that too. Man, YFP, the reflexes are keen this round. Now, yeah, Alvin undeterred by the lockdown. They don't expect him this early, but the shots will give him away on that first body poking out. Now you have 50 seconds to play your way, and Ferbs gonna pad some stats to get his decent place on the leaderboard back as it's now 3-7.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of a different attack that time around. They just simply overwhelm and conquer the middle of this site, and that makes it so much easier for them to be able to navigate around the map. You know, the world's your oyster. You're able to just move in wherever, and plenty of ultimates get tossed in from YFP's side, but that's all good because you still have the Nightfall, you still have the Cosmic Divide, and Ferbsa just 2 away now from having convergent paths online. Once again, M80, let's see how they set up their defense here, how they're going to be anchoring things. Looks like it is going to be an aggressive push forwards here to at least get things going as the Interceptor gets activated by Alvin to try and deter some of that presence. But if you're YFP, you're like, hey, that mid-crunch was sick. Let's do that one again.
Yeah. No immediate aggression down the B lane, but that's what M80 always needs to be prepared for, is that immediate aggression. Flash out from Paint to open up Derek. That is so good over the roof, so no one's ready for it. And GMD just spraying through these smokes. Yeah, I mean, the minute YFP starts snailing, they start trailing. And M80 slowly let the walls close in again, letting YFP's opportunities shrink on their own.
Yeah, now as well, Alvin going around the back there, but good distraction techniques. I mean, before, when Paint was on that duelist, the distraction would have been his body running through. But that time just uses the flash, and you see YFP are like, yeah, we got the jump on him. Let's go kill him. But then Derek comes out of nowhere and just makes that one work. It's just so well coordinated.
I have the spike.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Swing on that. You are out of your goddamn mind if you get this ace, buddy. Bonnie, operator, can swap to whatever gun he wants. He's got a legendary chest right next to him worth of guns. He can pick anything. And he keeps the operator walking into this. Classic M80 speed. Light speed available. Saturate 2. One and done though. No run back. And the hop out is not good. Bonnie Lightspeed into the block. No more options, but just a peek. And he does! Why must you torture us so?
Brother, what are these rounds?
It's 8-3. Somehow, some way. God, he had to do that with the operator too, man. I'm so toasted right now. Oh my God. That round
jeez,
just turned me into smithereens.
Oh my God. Oh, it's a little criminal that we didn't get to see Stallion with the triple spray down there, but you know what? It's all good because, I mean, I was doing my, oh yeah, this round is over spiel, and yet somehow Stallion pulls that one right back. He's able to just completely dismantle M80 hanging out there. And Bonnie, with a little bit of an oopsie, still able to squeeze that one out. It's gonna be aggressive this time coming in from YFP, a little frustrated with how that last round might have gone. But M80 are ready for it. This time, it's a triple stack here onto A, and Derek already coming in to reinforce. The ultimate orb will be picked up, convergent paths ready to go, but you know M80 are going to be ready for it.
And Alvin already sprinting back over to spawn to force this back to another lurk condition, which happened previously. That Nightfall does not land on Bonnie. And YFP can't move off of it because of the fragment tossed anyway.
It's
that null command also wasting time.
There.
I mean, down to less than a minute. You already have Alvin behind you if you decide to rotate. Everyone else is here. M80 have set the stage.
Exactly. The wraparound more or less contains them inside of that box. And the null command as well just makes it impossible for any of these ultimates to happen. Stallion will be setting this up. I imagine we're going to see the convergent paths as well. But like M80, they've got the read on this.
Flash out. Cosmic Divide still not up yet, and now the knife is going to prevent them from using it. There's 30 seconds on the clock!
Oh, man.
You're joking right now, man. YFP's mentally so cooked this round. There it is. And here we go. Now convergent paths on top of paint. Everybody hindered. Everybody stopped with the gravity well. Let's GMD get the freebie, and now the stack has to walk in. But it's looking pretty good. Bonnie can't get a clean one. Derek only good for the 2. And Alvin's still on the way back from the lurk. Bonnie's still with this operator too. Nice double back with the light speed, though. That lets them both get that finality. And M80 still take the round, despite YFP continuing to make it look close.
Everyone having fun? If you're not,
This is one of those things where maybe the stubbornness coming in from YFP might be one of the biggest issues plaguing this team at the moment. Like, so much stall happens against them. That has to be one of the most frustrating rounds. You know, they're running out of time and they've got to punch the clock. They've got to hit the gas, pedal to the metal, find their way onto the site, get that plant incoming, and they almost squeak away with it, with how much they love to thrive in the chaos. And yet still, the preparation from M80, holding their ground, ready for it. They're able to just play a YFP nice and easy. It's looking a little bit dicey, but the swings around were perfectly timed. Now, we swap sides over here. Ferbs are getting aggressive right off the rip. GMD, aware of that presence, backs up, has the rest of the team to support as the 0 point gets tossed in as well.
And say lane control is more than formidable for M80's start on the defense. YFP can condition it early. They leave M80 to have to start playing a lot slower on these approaches as well. But M80 is just gonna say, F that. We're just gonna run through this on stack and wait for Ferbs to peek out himself, because Lord knows he's not gonna get more than one. Jack with the Prowler just playing stall as there's 2 on top of the dugout, but Bonnie's gonna get that intel quick. The flash only catches 1 though. Stallion able to babysit their way through. But M80 have spotted an opportunity. Through art, as YFP have entirely rotated over to A site, M80 have a fraction of a moment to be able to flip this map in the 3v4.
Oh man, and where have I seen this one before? It was YFP on the attack. M80 this time, plenty of time to go exploring on the map. So they will do just that. Tuzi though, making it a little bit more uncomfortable, spots out that information, will rightfully back up, but that's going to allow YFP to crunch it a little bit faster as Derek goes a bit more aggressive.
Hot shot's taken at first, but it's all preventative. It's all just time that they have to waste. And everything else, again, has to be checked prior. There goes the stack. Stars on top of the spike. Derek gets an easy first one. Nails the second on top of the stack up. And Jack is half. GMD's work cut out for him, but not that large. And the gravity well will play a lot of the time for him. And he has the Nova Pulse too. Could set that up if you'd like. Oh no, no stars left. Never mind. Yeah. Jack now just takes the close quarters in YFP. Keep 2 standing. They'll take the pistol back, force the second guess, and keep this game going.
I was gonna say, like at that point, don't even bother tapping the spike. Just double swing them and you should be able to win out, especially with the frenzy in hand. Great stuff coming through from YFP. So aggressive right off the bat here, but looks like in those moments, Tuzi specifically was the biggest anchor, the biggest boon in YFP's side to try and make sure that that round was still going to be a winnable one. And so they're able to scoop up those pistols. No stinger shenanigans this time, because it's not going to be YFP on the, the buy up here. And M80 will be just kind of sticking to their pistols. We do get to see Bonnie come in with a shorty. Could be the flash exec right off the bat again, but just pick up the orb maybe and see how you engage onto the site.
Yeah. There's the interceptor up from Alvin. Very easy to shoot down, but yeah, you just walk in front of it instead. So M80 technically have a free sightline, and Bonnie walked in with the shorty. Hello! Now he goes for the saturate. That's gonna catch 2, but luckily Tuzi has the judge and is able to silence that. At the very least, you slow it down and gotten GMD all the way to the back line, who is able to also get 1. It is a 2v2 right now, and Tuzi's already been caught in the garden. Meanwhile, Derek able to play from afar, has that Prowler active, and Paint pressuring Tuzi, just walking up to him, but the better shot's taken by Tuzi. And now Derek stands alone. Still, potential to clutch this again. Prowler still in the bank. Turret up, gonna catch him quick. But the first turn from Derek almost catches YFP off guard. The gun diff is the only thing saving YFP several times over in a round that gets them to 5-9.
Oh man, but you still can't be too happy with how that round went. Yo, so much value gotten from Bonnie just there with the shorty. And then as well, using the saturate, it was looking like something crazy was about to happen here. But the weapon pickup, GMD kind of going into the back. It's that aggressive level of play. I think the desk highlighted it as well, saying, you know, GMD sometimes goes to the I'll do it myself mode instead of just kind of calling the round. And it's really feeling like that step up is what's needed in order to counteract the rambunctious, chaotic style that YFP has consistently thrown at the board at M80.
Now the full guns should be pervasive enough to at least put a dent in this earlier on than before. YFP still playing close to it though. Ferbsa
Huge.
already getting flashed out. Yeah, that's major. And the Haunt forcing his position. He doesn't really have anything to save him, so Tuzi now has to play puppy guard. That might be a free twofer. Oh, nice flashback out though.
Oh.
Darkest lets a whole lot of damage get done to Bonnie and Derek. Tuzi, very pressured right now on the pinch, has a little bit of help, but Alvin able to tear through the stack. Darkest now left. Oh, the Guardian taps are insane! 7 HP, but Derek is quite oh, it's a shame he couldn't get the ace, but GMD spots the elbow, and it's yet again a 1v1. And Stallion with just this classic in hand, no easy access to a gun, means that GMD has a hard advantage this round, but no idea where Stallion could be.
Wait.
I have obscuring vision.
Okay. All right. It's just a wrap
OG.
around here.
No, I see it. Okay, get the Spectre. That's the one gun you can hold on to here. GMD, okay.
30 seconds left.
It's now in the hallway.
He's psyching himself out. I feel like this is
he's so in his head right now. It's insane.
yeah, like this is what's been going on. The mental warfare going on between these two teams, but finally the plant should be able to come out online. And yeah, Stallion second guessed it yet again, but they're
10
This
seconds.
is ridiculous, man.
and they're
He has
both
no
losing
smokes
to each
left.
other.
Spike planted.
Stallion walks out as the Spectre. GMD's trapped. He doesn't have any smokes now. Oh, maybe he does. Oh, no, he goes for the box instead. Oh, big dog. I don't know about that one. I'm going to be so real with you.
The nerves.
Oh, boy.
The nerves are catching up to M80 here. You hate to see it happen, but once again, I have a feeling that it's just the conditioning that YFP have really settled them. Darkest going sicko mode yet again.
That's insane, dude. Oh my God.
I mean, they're all low HP and it's only one bullet, but that's kind of crazy. You don't expect that killer performance, but Darkest making sure that YFP still have a chance here to come back and secure that spot into playoffs. For M80, if they're able to win this map, then they find that spot here, but they have to keep on being diligent about this. That's now 3 rounds in a row, as their bye is a little bit sus, but should be good enough to try and make this one happen.
Knife confirming too. And that once again persuades Alvin to just fire up the interceptor and insert himself. But I mean, how much presence can you really boast from there against the 3-stack? YFP, it feels like they'd still be quick to the rotation once they catch this intel. And Derek has already launched a Prowler. A 3-stack in mid. I mean, we're paying heavy attention to these mid entries. So little util has been given away. Darkest is so prepared for this. Oh, but he whiffs though. That's road given away, and Bonnie's gonna chase that down.
What do you do right now if you are M80 at this point? The jig is up, right? Like, they know,
Yeah.
they think you're coming onto this B site, but still 45 seconds left on the clock. Opportunity to really wrap things around, and Cosmic Divide gets invested as well, but
It's a
now
fake.
the mind games are active for M80 as they rotate around to A. It's okay though, because
seconds
looks like
left.
Jack, as well as Stallion in the back of the site, are ready to receive this.
And YFP's keen to it. They'll rotate quick, and Stallion already in the back. Oh, misses a couple crucial shots, and that'll net way M80 the free plant down. Jack just spraying through the smokes. Huge flashes both ways, but it gets Tuzi back in, and now the Nightfall in response. As the spike did get planted, now they have to take that ground back. M80 having to play from this distance as Ferbsa re-entering from the garden still gets in unscathed. Tough angles to take, and on Art, Darkest can take that breach. Now GMD and Derek refragging. Derek with his own Nightfall in response, but it misses Tuzi, who's grabbed his own rifle. GMD, known about in Art. Derek having one trail laid onto Jack on this defuse. Tuzi creeps up, but Derek can't make it up after fragging Jack. There is just always something, man. And YFP keep the streak going.
They really do there. And, you know, the Nightfall's being traded back forth.
Only a tool.
Try and make that one happen, but it's not going to be enough. M80. Economy in the garbage bin this time around. Darkest. Oh, yeah, okay. I was just about to say, I'm really surprised that we're not really seeing a timeout being called here. But it's time for that to happen because you just lost 4 rounds in a row. Burned that first time out. You entered into this one with that 9-3 half. Don't make the curse real, but at this point, YFP on this defense just looks so much more comfortable. So much more ready to try and make this one happen. And to be fair, this is very much heavily their favored side. When it comes to the defense, they play a really good Pearl. And M80 are really struggling to try and make anything happen here, especially now going into 2 huge ultimates on the defense.
Yeah, there's so much to back this up now. And it seems like YFP are perfectly content with playing those things early and moving on top of those factors as well. Darkest with these null commands. Same with Paint for that matter. Just playing to keep out, let some other member kind of creep up and grab that extra space. On a map like this that is so spacious, that's really all you need a lot of the time. And really, I mean, classic North America, just the occasional corner, the occasional peak going unchecked, and it leading to so much connection. It's in the margins that these rounds continue to be found. M80, really questionable buy coming into this. They're going to give it a go.
I had a feeling it was going to be a close one between these 2 teams, but no one would have predicted this level. Tuzi just around the corner. Excellent flash, but Tuzi's still able to find the spray down.
Eventually able to get refragged, but the health pool is still so dire already, and that Prowler's still going to catch Derek. In fact, you have no reason to not completely chase this down now that YFP and M80 are both fully stacked. It's a real goose chase happening down this B road, but YFP barely misses the mark in that spray down. So M80, at the very least, get the spike down, and will actually drain out that null command. So Tools running a little dry, Stallion having this cosmic divide, but so much time wasted going for this wrap back to T. Does M80 expect this at all?
I mean, they've got Derek watching it, though. And sure, Stinger, not exactly the ideal weapon to do that, but if the information is gained, they could use their utility to stall things just a little bit longer. Jack, though, has an opportunity to really punish Derek.
There it is. Derek, yeah, that fragment's going to do a good amount of chip to him, and Jack can encroach. So 2 on top of the divide, and I mean, this is right behind the spike. They'll get the free half on it. Crazy blind out from Paint. All about choosing your targets, and he finds 2 good ones. GMD is on 8 HP. The spike is on half.
Yep.
There's no time, and GMD escapes with the kill and the round for M80.
Oh my goodness me. That is Paint coming alive when they needed him the most. The flash through is absolutely sublime. Flies through, Stinger in hand, sprays him down, nerf that SMG. Is able to find 2 kills, which is kind of crazy there. But still, it all just kind of works out. The stall, the panic, the rush coming through from the other team makes it so that M80 find their opportunities to navigate through the gaps to punish those individual players. And they find double digits now. YFP's economy is the one that is broken. Gonna be just pistols coming through. A bit of an aggressive play for him to try to find something here, but it's just being blinds back, forth, and center. Nothing to be found on both sides.
To making it there. That was like inches away from actually being able to find a kill. You've got to respect what Ferbsa was going for there on top of the flash, but now it's M80 that can go the distance on top of their own flashes. Tuzi standing alone on the A push right now as M80 have everything they need to make this work. Guns, mojo, ultimates, everything set up after all of this waiting, after all of this losing this half. It just took 1 round, and they have everything they need to take it all the way to making it to playoffs. Just takes those 3 rounds, and this should be the easiest one of them all. As YFP set up the stack through Art, it's a full-blown 5-man on top of this lockdown. No reliable way to destroy it either, so M80 have to just hand it over, take the dugout, save for Alvin, who is evoed up, and having to just stand it down. Not too difficult against the worst guns. Let him farm that easy 3, and the rest of M80 can come in and do the rest of that easy damage. That is 11-7. That is still ults on the table. That is M80 2 out from making playoffs.
Now YFP feeling the pressure a little bit from their own style, their own speed, their own pacing. As they've elevated the chaos that a lot of these rounds, I feel like we've been using that word a lot, but there's so much just fly forwards, you know, take that opportunity, don't know what's happening, just play as you see fit. And M80 are now matching that pace, matching that style. And you could see YFP that time, you know, under that level of pressure, a little bit more scared, a little bit more patient, a little bit less certain about what to do. And it just allows Alvin to just solo frag in there. The solo frag potential from M80 rings true yet again. Very impressed with how Alvin held his ground there in the midst of all that evolution.
We've got the convergent paths on top of the cosmic divide. Not an easy crunch. And I mean, if you get rid of the guns here, got an easy way to 13. YFP, a lot of ways they'll have to chart this out. Lose too many early on, you maybe just save the guns.
Gonna fall back
Have the
here.
potential to play that convergent paths on your own side, but Bonnie has yet to let his fly. Just gonna use that Nova Pulse to get the free stun in the back instead, and he's gone completely unchecked at the moment. That refract is now gone, but Ferguson is not. Bonnie,
Down A.
Corbin the respawn point. And Stallion, though, has gotten in front of this, and then it nails down 2. And then Darkest able to find Alvin in the back, so it's YFP that are able to steal that round away despite the divide.
I was gonna say, like, a huge push in from Bonnie to be able to fly all the way back there and make sure to keep Ferbsa in check, but in the midst of all of that, a triple peak was being set up for the entrance. That the flash, unfortunately, from Paint did not connect the way that they would have wanted. As a result of that, it was just a nice, easy push in and right into the gun barrels of YFP. Sure, while it looked flashy coming through from Bonnie to be able to navigate that space, the rest of M80 got gunned down on entry. And so YFP stay alive yet again. 3 rounds away from evening things out here, as it is going to be early information. Derek getting spotted out and pinged out, which should give a little bit more info. Tuzi, though, still going to try and be a bit aggressive.
Prowler doesn't catch him at all, but the quick peek does. Tough timing. Now you gotta go for it again. The knife on top of the flash, but Tuzi still sprays down 2.
Oh boy.
Now you just gotta run it down. W key, nothing else in the tank left. No more extra options as Alvin continues to lurk up mid. And a hell of a lot of space along the way here, but YFP handing over that B site lets it so the Nightfall only catches 1.
No way.
Alvin still unchecked. Ferbsa ready to turn to it, though. Always checking that 6, and the rest of this stack can now be met with that full-on aggression. That's an easy flash to turn to, so you get at least 1 out of that. Pick up the better gun. Oh, but Darkest is taking the altitude. 2 rounds separating these teams, Marks. Overtime could be on the horizon again.
It's happening. I can feel it in my bones. Cedric, I'm gonna be so real with you right now. Like, we're seeing these moments of advantage kind of take. And now YFP are trying to do a better job at reading some of the plays that have been going on. Alvin consistently has been getting so much pressure on that flank. Hey, let's just make sure that we've got Ferbsa of all people watching it. And meanwhile, Tuzi taking that opportunity forward, moving it, getting ready to push up into them. Works out perfectly. It's so funny seeing these mini little counter strats being played here. But once again, it's both these teams just trying their best to adapt and find the upper hand against their opponent to try and secure their spot into the playoffs here.
Catch out from Ferb. Just for the intel. We've inserted Alvin again. This isn't to maintain a stack, just to maintain a presence. The YFP, I mean, yeah, justifiably, they'll outstretch again. Just give a little bit of overall space over. Mid is very much clear for M80 to kind of just walk down.
At this point, it looks like M80 are looking for YFP to overextend themselves. Looks like that might just be happening, but out of all the players, you don't want Tuzi to be the one who's doing it because Tuzi as sharp as ever, and yeah, exactly like that. Finds Derek. There goes your fade.
With the quickness, bro. Ferbsa on the other side, though, dealt with. Alvin has given away his lurk.
30 seconds
So M80 might just give away the lean after losing that 1 on B main. Perhaps they see themselves as the bigger weight class coming into this. Stallion still holding it down. Will get hit by the convergent paths. Jack will not, and the crossfire is set. Not properly enough for Bonnie, though, if he just gets right on top of you. And post-flash, Alvin is still kicking and doing fine.
10 seconds
Nails
left.
Jack as well.
Spike planted.
Just 2 members of YFP left to go. They're already here, but what really can they do? M80 is already so stocked up on the site. And Alvin able to TP back out, so you have that presence on main again, too. On Paint's caught the body already. Darkest swinging it lightning quick. Turns into a 3v2. Tuzi being that raid boss down Art. as the gravity will prevent the halfway so far. Tuzi, good for one. GMD, no swing just yet. Alvin, just the intel TP. Darkest holding this defuse. No one can counteract it. Steps out into the double swing. Tuzi for 3, Alvin for 3. The 1v1 to decide it all. Darkest the double tap. You have to swing it, and Darkest wins the duel. With enough time to defuse in spades.
Wow.
10 to 11. YFP, keep on fighting.
The plays that are kind of coming through here, and of course at the very end, it would be Tuzi, it would be Darkest. Two players that have just been having a phenomenal match, always ready to take those initial engagements. I thought for sure with how M80 have the numbers advantage, they should be able to make this one work. And look at this, like, it's just good isolation coming through from the YFP players. Spitting distance right now. One round separating these two teams. YFP determined to take us to Breeze if we get there. M80 though, still looking to close this series out, secure their place in the playoffs of stage 1. But YFP are dragging them kicking and screaming to get there.
Yeah.
Not another step.
Pretty classic pinch here for A. Another evolution pop for Alvin. Not to care about these knives that are tossed in. Stallion immediately read by that knife's presence. Ferbsa can deal with that raid boss first, but the refrag is there, and the stinger of all things to pick it up. Give that rifle to paint and let M80 carry on. Here at the buzzer, M80 sits ready to take it to 12, but the 3v4, shoot, YFP's face worse. Flash, procced, Darkest still gets away with it! And holding down Art. Bonnie now doing all the work himself. Cut their way back through, and now it's just hunting for Jack.
Good proactivity that time, the hunt available, but look at this, just so much respect being played at the moment. Play off of GMD's util.
Ahead of the well, so GMD may not expect the swing. Oh, the haunt gives away a gap. That's tough timing, but it'll at least guarantee the sights. But Paint and Art, yeah, it's cooked. 2 rounds of match point, folks. We will see what M80 can do with it. YFP, potentially another fake comeback in our midst.
I'm like sitting here waiting like, oh yeah, it's looking good. But look at who's alive. It's Tuzi and Darkest. I'm not counting YFP out of this one just quite yet. And still, a good solution for it, run at them instead. Send a Bonnie, the unbelievable fragger who's got the mechanics down on your team to be nice up close and personable and overwhelm those players. A timeout being taken for YFP. Look at their economy, Tenrek. It's falling to pieces. The Stinger Rush will be available potentially one last time in stage 1 for YFP, but the slew of ultimates means this Stinger Rush could really hurt.
I mean, you have a multitude of ways to approach this if you're YFP. You could full stack one site and then just go for the full-blown retake if you're feeling gutsy. Like, that's how much power you're holding right now, despite the fact that your buy's a little, you know, leaves a little to be desired. I wonder if Ferbs is going to be the one to keep that hero rifle, because he's had to be kind of just the first man in a lot more often than not in these rounds. So I feel like you want to give it to somebody like Tuzi or Jack, who's just been lights out a lot of the time on their own approaches. But we'll see what he can do with it. If he's allowed to do something with it. It's all about how he gets chauffeured by the team.
Bit of early util there just to make sure nobody's creeping up. And actually M80, they decide to play this one slow. They know YFP must be feeling a little bit of that anxiety of the elimination coming through. But if we get to see Ferbsa get one more ultimate orb, Convergent Paths will be online as well.
Right there.
Lots of opportunity here. Don't count YFP out just quite yet.
Not for a moment.
Blocking
Stallion will get procced by the knife. And an early spray just to guarantee they're not behind the box. Still no guarantee of where either side is really pushing themselves. M80 will keep the neutrality. Let Bonnie and Derek walk up this B lane uncontested. Tuzi about to peek it. And there it is. Yeah. Now Darkest will lean as the stinger, but no real good range
30
in order
seconds
to get a
left.
kill out of it. It's all about just getting the stack here and prep.
Yeah, the call gets made as well. Now M80 are just rushing their way over. YFP aware of this as well. Okay, there goes the Killjoy ultimate.
And the null command from Darkest as well. A twofold. Just playing keep out.
10 seconds
Oh,
left.
Bonnie down. Yeah, there's 9 seconds to go. They might not have enough time to get this down. Saturate on it. That's time. YFP can just run back. And ultimately, a round that started off with a whole lot of nothing ends that way too. Hell, oh God, give Darkest 4 more. Sure, why the hell not, dude? Come on.
You kidding me, man? Like,
He's halfway to his next null command.
for that round to end the way that it did is criminal. Like, there is no world where they just get timed out like that. Just
I
based
don't understand
off
why
of
they
it.
just waited so long. Yeah, they were just waiting for one member of YFP to poke out, and then there were 20 seconds left. Like, what the hell are we doing?
It's once again, that's one of the issues that I've had with M80 and their patient play style, right? Especially given all the ultimates. I know that they were probably playing it a little bit slower just to try and mitigate some of the ultimates so that they don't just completely mow them down. But instead, they just get iced out completely. You stay all the way over there, and if you run in here, Darkest is gonna get 4 kills. So it's so crazy, especially on that eco buy, that YFP walk away with that one, and they still got the Nightfall online. FERPSA still needs just one more ultimate orb to make this happen, to get the Convergent Paths online, and now the buy is more or less evened out between these two teams. That is a crazy thing to say, but it is really looking like YFP might be able to force this overtime and potentially force out map number 3. This is unbelievable, man.
I can't believe they let go of that round. That was like the round to take it, despite the 4 ultis, and you had so much time. I'm gonna be hung up on that one for a minute unless M80 wins it right here, man. That would have done it. Nightfall still available for Jack here, and it's a full-blown A-lane brawl for the most part. 3 for M80, 4 for YFP. Big flash out from FERPSA, missing the impression in the smoke. FERPSA now has that Convergent Paths, lets it fly down on the one remaining in the smoke. It's Bonnie, still gets away with 1. We'll launch that saturated response. Alvin now with the spray down, but caught by the Nightfall on top of the spike, and he's just gonna stare into an open field. M80 will beckon forth overtime by any means necessary, as it seems. Derek with his own Nightfall, though. 1v3, Jack's been caught with the C's. Hold on a minute. Just wait. 21 HP. The vulnerable from that C's.
Oh
and
my
now,
goodness.
I can't believe it. I really can't. No matter how many times it happens this match, I just can't believe it. Tuzi can pick any gun he wants. Again, this is the same situation that they were in before.
Yep.
Except there's 30 seconds left. If Derek wants to go for a run over to B side, he totally can.
Do it, Derek. Do it. Oh no. Okay, he's gonna be going back to A. Oh no. Oh.
Please, yo, if he times himself out again, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. There it is. Oh, got the first peek out, Tuzi. Oh, gifted another opportunity on top of the peak. Oh, but Derek crosses the gap that Tuzi has. You got 13 seconds left, my man. You gotta do something.
Here we go.
10 seconds.
There it goes. Tuzi has an alarm bot. That's all he's got. It just comes down to the firefight. Who peeks the right way first? Both of them. Both of them! And we do it again, yo! It's
Run
time
it back.
Yeah. I mean, what do you even say at this point? What do you say?
I don't know, man. I'm running out of ideas. It's kind of crazy watching YFP come back into this. And on top of that, too, such a decisive round. The way M80 gets caught up in all of the waylay utility, FERPSA having a field day. And then Derek with a Guardian off the Nightfall is able to even it out. Almost finds it. I'm just saying Derek should have ran for the B site, but all good. That's just a hindsight call that I'm making right now. And just like that, we find overtime. Oh my goodness me. Well, you know what? Both these teams a lot more defensively orientated, right? So that's going to be the round that is more in their comfort zone. I do think that whichever team is able to then sweep up the offense, that's going to set them up to potentially close out this map. YFP going to be up to bat first on that offense. Let's see if they can make this one happen. They got to be feeling themselves right now, while M80 must be stewing in their misery.
Yeah, the mentals flipped completely back, I think. YFP are alive. They feel so good. Oh, they'll fall right into the trap nade, though, so YFP will be temporarily stunted. Maybe that'll have them reconsider where they path.
Oh, and it's White again. I'm worried that YFP are going to find themselves in a boxed-in situation previous to last time. We do see Stallion taking a little bit far forwards as Alvin try to keep that one in check. They know this Vito likes to go exploring, so I imagine YFP are going to be ready for it.
Bonnie's still holding, ready for the peek, just wiggling. Knife out doesn't make it necessary, and yet he still peeks out. Saturate will catch him. He doesn't have the refract, but the Nova Pulse will let him get out. Meanwhile, though, Stallion catches the lurk onto Alvin. He was going for that wrap again, and it got punished.
Look at Tuzi.
And able to do that with the Universal Smoker. Oh, but Tuzi's lurk gets counteracted too.
30 seconds left.
1 for 1, 30 seconds to go, and YFP is still miles away from any sight. And now Bonnie can just re-up with his own saturate. Prowler doesn't hit him. Sees does, but it doesn't matter. Bonnie gets the first swing. Bonnie can keep spraying down.
Oh, no way.
He gets the second. Bonnie's the one-man army, and Stallion has barely any time to get on with the help of Darkest. Paint is gonna let that fragment fly. Catches Darkest close, but he doesn't manage to get the kill. Fragment on top of the smoke, so he has to stand alone, but there's just barely enough time to plant, and Stallion can hold down the sight line. YFP have the Cosmic Divide to make it back on as well. And Mania have to rush this now. And one by Derek leaves it to just GMD who can refrag. Can Stallion get first and last blood this OT round? The first poke out is good.
It's so annoying.
Force back, GMD has nothing to play with. And he's got to just hold for half, but the gravity wall's going to keep him from doing it the first time around. And Stallion still has something left in the tank. He can still go for the wiggle. He's been chipped again and again. And it just doesn't matter. Stallion continuing to hold it down. YFP one round out from taking us to map 3.
Match point.
That could be the round. Once again, both teams showing their defensive prowess there, and Bonnie really trying to make it so that M80 was going to be able to win that one out. Unbelievable stuff, contesting with that forward pressure. But Stallion, this time, stepping up to the plate. And you could feel the nerves, you could feel the tension in the server right now. All of the members of YFP starting a little bit slow, but heating up to the next level.
I need concealment.
Now they look to close out map number 2. M80's map pick, force us to breeze, keep them alive. Let's see how they want to play it. The defense this time, M80. The nerves rising up to them. They have to keep it in check, though.
Took 2 OTs before, but it was M80 that started it out with the win. Darkest poking out, immediately refragged, but that is Alvin gone. Post-plant setup already a little bit detained. Tuzi sitting on the smoke in the roads, just has to get out. Hand the sight over to M80, but they'll outstretch first. And Bonnie, whoops. We're fine, we're good.
Yeah, Spike should go down here. Check the wraparound from Stallion, but is being kept in watch by Derek here, as the rest of the members will be just pushing in through spawn.
I need concealment.
Stallion was here last time to catch Alvin Boy, and he's here this time to be caught by Derek. 3 on the retake. Paint with the flash out. This looks so good. Yeah, Tuzi forced to duck back away, and every other peek has to be managed well. Jack and Ferbsa slowly but surely towing this line, but all of this lane presence is just deafening, and you don't have any smokes to support you anymore. You've got to just take the fights, and Jack still thinks there's one in the road. M80 stack will persevere and look to conquer. There's no time, there's no chance, and there is no reason to stop now. I'm having fun with y'all. Let's keep it going.
Oh, we go again. Double overtime at this point.
Overtime.
See how this one continues to play out here with an unconventional win on the attacking half of OT for both these teams. M80 now back onto this defense, staying alive in the midst of all of that. Alvin not being the one who's able to clutch that one up, but just good positioning and good awareness. Once again, you can see the nerves starting to really showcase themselves. Bonnie going with a bit of an unconventional flick, a little bit of uncertainty really on what is happening there. And as a result of that, we see the rest of the other members of the team have to step up to make that play stay alive in the midst of it. And now the defense will go to M80 yet again. They know Alvin's probably going to be pushed up here. They should have a good read on what's going on. But M80, they yield it. This time around, they're going for just individual looks for where everything is going. None of that kind of grouped up, you know, frag outplay, the util combos really shining true. Feels like at this point, they're just looking to get that information to play contact off it.
Looking for anything to get away with here. But M80 doing the very same. You see that pressure really mounting for them. And like you said, second guessing is second nature at this point in a matchup like this. M80, 2 rounds out from making playoffs, from sending YFP home, despite coming so close. One shot on the Haunt. No present sold just yet. Jiggle Peak changes that. M80's stack is present decent, but only for the back half. Ferbso, Lightspeed in, unoptimized in the smoke on top of the spray down. M80 already look more than clean. They might look flawless this round. Tuzi standing alone, an army in front of him, and no time to grab this spike that's been left on an island. A more than decisive defensive round. 5 stay standing, and M80 do as well, long enough to take them to match point.
Okay, here we go. This is going to be the real test. They have to step up here on their attack and beat this YFP defense. We just saw them do that 2 rounds ago, but it isn't an easy task by any stretch of the imagination. You have to keep calm in this moment, but I do wonder what the call is going to be made here. Do you just try and snowball into one of these sites? You risk running into Ferbsa, you risk running into the rest of the squad, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like that's going to be that big of a problem. Slow, okay, B, towards B, just send in Derek. They know that Derek tends to be the one to go there, but at least that guarantees space from Tuzi, so they know that Killjoy is playing a little bit further back. YFP stacked outside of A are starting to make that rotation back.
So much of the time, it feels like the Prowlers are more bullhorns than intel, right? Like you're trying to just say, I'm over here, come and get me. Bonnie with his own light speed, and it's just as easily counteracted as Ferbs' last round. Now the smoke on B lane. I'm getting major deja vu right now, Marks. This is the exact same damn thing that YFP did last round, and guess how that went?
Still though, over a minute on the clock here, so they can call that audible and move around. They just have to be very careful just in case a lurk got set up. But so much damage done here. They leave Derek alone. That's going to make the initiation into any of these spots a little bit more interesting. But I wonder if the call right now is to go through mid and hit towards a B. Because if they do that, they might be able to find a couple of opportunities. But this still is going to be a tough call from M80 to make this one work.
And the turret caught Alvin, so it just turns into an insert. And then they'll amp up the gas a little bit, start the art presence, and then start swinging over. Derek has been found out all by himself after so long, and YFP is going to encroach. But that means they have the intel that there's 3 members running it down on B lane. So a 3v5 post plant on this A side is well protected. Never freaking mind! Jack holds the back along with Stallion. And so it's a fight mid-plant in the 2v4. GMD, hyperextension. Is anybody prepared for it? Surely the knife will give enough intel to catch it. No, Tuzi swings out wide and nobody else is ready for it. Alvin is on top of this, but misses the first shots. GMD in the 1v3, Nightfall catches both, but GMD almost steals the ace. Caught the first 2, but Ferbs has got that light speed in his pocket and will take us to overtime 3.
Oh man, if that was how the map ended, it would have been the biggest send-off for this matchup here. But of course, not going to be the case. Darkest now up to 30 kills on the board. That is unbelievable stuff coming through from these YFP players. On the flip side though, M80, a little bit more evened out across the board, a timeout being called. YFP really trying to understand, really trying to strategize here to capture that same success that they had a couple rounds ago on their attack. They need to make sure that they're able to secure that round because once again, like, we saw what happens when they decide to push in there. We saw what happens when they just go for that little bit of over-aggression, and feel a little bit too stubborn to kind of call that audible. That time around, M80 were the ones who decided to back out of it when they noticed the situation was getting a little bit too hairy, and GMD almost wins it out for the team. A good extension through. And with this timeout, let's see what both these teams have brought to the board, because at this point, they're going like blow for blow, round for round. It's so evenly matched.
Yeah, it's a question of like, what do you have left at this point? Because so much of the overtime that we've already seen is just slight deviations from what's already been conditioned. Do either of these teams question bringing something entirely new into the equation at this point, or is it too high risk? Do you just settle on the fights that you know you can manage your own territory in and play neutrality from there? A little bit of KO intel both ways. That's at least a little bit of information on where these stacks are sold. Look how dynamic the movement is from both these sides right now.
It looks like actually M80 understanding how much YFP like to just kind of work that middle. They're setting up appropriately, but YFP this time, they're holding their cards close to their chest. Don't want to give up any information, any real sound cues, really. And hoping to just kind of catch M80 by surprise. This time around, though, Alvin playing all the way back, so this adaptation should at least cause a couple of questions to come through. Tuesday, the first point of contact, but Pate wins that battle. That's a big one.
Yeah, that's huge. I loved Tuesday's insertion right there, too. The flow of this lean from YFP is almost antiquated in nature, but still so effective as long as you nail that first kill on the archway. But Tuesday, coming up short. Interceptor no longer active, the smoke about to fade. This is the moment where YFP have to make the push, and Ferbs is already up to the high altitude. The flash is not going to give that away. And YFP really do own this territory, but they can't find a fight yet because the smoke is still separating. Ferbs is finally going to catch Alvin, but Alvin wins that fight. And M80 just go back to defaulting. Nobody else from YFP's moved an inch. Oh, the swing out. Alvin gives away Darkest. Now he has to step out, and that's where everything collapses. Really tough to understand what YFP was trying to finalize there after Ferbs gained such good ground when YFP had a moment to open things up, but maybe it's a lack of comms, maybe it's a lack of util, maybe it's just the confidence at this point. But M80 are back to match point thanks to it.
Switching sides.
Yeah, it honestly feels like they were getting a little confuzzled as to what was going on. The big brain play kind of coming through. Oh, we're going to confuse M80. It only ended up just getting confused themselves. Paint finding that kill was absolutely massive. But then, yeah, sure. You see Bonnie fly in there. Or sorry, you see Ferbs fly in there. And Alvin's just like, well, in the smoke, not going to be able to check me. Someone will make sure that Ferbs can't get away with too much because Ferbs has been rather quiet this game. I'll just wait for the rest of them to try and push in on me themselves. Now, M80. Another opportunity to close out the game. If only it were that easy, though. I say it like, yeah, just win the game. You know, everything will be nice and chill. But YFP's defense has been immaculate. And now I worry about M80 kind of psyching themselves out as they get on this attack.
Seeing if anything's given away. Flash set up onto Derek to see if they kind of launch anything, but I don't see a Prowler in response. Enough information for Tuesday to spray that nebula down as Paint and Bonnie move forward. Oh, they're trying to stick a checkpoint everywhere right now.
The push-up, though, from YFP down outside of B.
If they get clocked again, I swear to God.
Derek.
For shots, Tuesday does dare to peek that again. Oh, Alvin with the switch up. But are they prepared for Darkest? Oh, it turns out they are. Seas does not catch, though. And the fragment will deal the remainder of Derek's health pool. And Alvin can't step onto that either. He's low. So now you've got to crunch Darkest first. And that fragment's not going to catch him. You got to flash your way back in. Now you got to just run through the smoke. Darkest still grabs one more. And with 15 seconds to go, they are going to get clocked. There is no way it's ending like this again! Saturate on the bridge. Paint's gonna stick it. Bonnie holds the line. Spike is down. But does it matter? Paint's extended. We do it! We do it! Of all the rounds to take, it's that one. Anyone fell swoop YFP, run out of chances. M80's in playoffs.